Iron Frontier video. I'll hold off on getting some more stuff, give it the spike in difficulty. So, we're gonna start off with Dust, and if she can't do it, because Dust got the sniper tower, we're gonna pivot to Birdie, see what she can do. And then, I guess, Awa, and then Raul. Kind of try those four, see what happens. And I think we'll see if we can beat Ruins with every commander before we switch to the mountains. Not exactly a fan of these starting points. Can I reseed? I can. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Oh, wrong commander. Wait. Yeah, wrong commander. Whoops. Okay, this will work.
Tank Buster arrived.
That's a lot of damage for some infantry. That's not what I need.
Tank Buster arrived.
Enemy destroyed.
Need something with a little bit more armor. That's a destroyer. Heavy damage from a distance. I need like a medium tank. Got vehicles coming up. Alright, guess we don't really have a choice. Infantry regeneration. How about gun infantry? How about vehicle range? Oh, I have range. Freak. Alright.
Tank Buster arrived.
What the heck? That's a little overpowered. Wow.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright. I'll take that. So I got a range on everything. Let's go with building rate of fire, building damage, and some armor.
Armor here.
Tank Buster arrived. Tank Buster arrived.
Armor here.
Yeah, infantry should not be doing that much damage.
Tank Buster arrived.
That's a little unbalanced. There's no way to balance that. Well, there's no way to counter that. They're doing way too much damage. so unbalanced. Oh man, I appreciate the challenge, but that's doing way too much damage. Way too much damage. For an early wave, that's too much damage.
Enemy destroyed.
Taking aim.
Are you serious?
Enemy destroyed.
Taking aim. Taking aim.
Enemy destroyed.
Um,
Enemy destroyed.
okay. So far, so good, alright? It's good buildings can defend themselves, but this is insane. Yeah, that's a little broken. Not gonna lie, you can't get you. I don't know how they're gonna balance this with I don't know how they're gonna balance that with like late game upgrades.
Armor here.
Let's roll.
Yeah, because units can't really stand against like even they can't even really stand against the first wave of infantry.
Enemy destroyed.
like you're nearly losing to the first wave of infantry. It doesn't really feel balanced. Let's try grenade turrets. Let's try grenade turrets.
Let's roll.
I could kind of see grenades being a thing, but like,
Let's roll.
Armor here.
Enemy destroyed.
Let's roll.
I could sort of see grenades being a thing. I need that. I could see grenades being a thing. What the heck?
Taking aim.
Oh my.
Armor here.
See, vehicles are resistant
Enemy
to
destroyed.
explosions,
roll.
but they're not. They're not resistant to bullets.
Armor here.
Oh. I might have needed to put that on the other side.
Taking aim.
I think if like enemy region should be more of a
Let's roll.
like later on, a late wave kind of thing. Not this early.
Armor here.
This is way too soon.
Taking aim. Taking
Enemy
aim.
destroyed.
This is way too soon
Armor
for
here.
like to be dealing with like region stuff. Is that what's needed? Reflective armor?
Let's roll.
Nice, you keys.
Base is under
Infantry
attack.
is broken, man. Might have to. I'm gonna refund everything, and what I need is I need some serious durability. Oh goodness. try that. 'Cause I really have to go about this in a different pattern. I think artillery tanks were good. Hold on, gotta check out my food. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna try artillery, even though I just reestablished everything.
Calculating the trajectory.
What? Wow.
Calculating the trajectory.
Just one? What is
Enemy destroyed.
what is that supposed to do? That's whack. Low armor and HP.
Calculating the trajectory.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright, that's a little overpowered. Goodness. Um,
Calculating the trajectory. Calculating the trajectory.
Enemy destroyed.
Calculating the trajectory.
they're missing? Goodness.
Enemy destroyed.
Calculating the trajectory.
This might be it.
Calculating the trajectory.
Goodness, man, this is.
Enemy destroyed.
Calculating the trajectory.
This is rough. More enemies? Why would I ever click that?
Armor here.
Oh my goodness.
Calculating the trajectory.
Oh, these suck now.
Base is under attack.
I got one-shotted? Alright, it's hard to figure out what kind of strat to run. Let's try AWA. Let's go to the mountains. Alright. And now it feels like I'm jumping around, but I'm really just trying to figure out, like, how do you sustain any of this?
Armor here.
Let's roll.
I feel like I tried this already.
Armor here.
Enemy destroyed.
Armor here.
Effective against infantry, that's what I want. Maybe I should have did building armor.
Let's roll.
Yeah, buildings. Buildings feel no, not buildings. The enemy bullets feel a bit too overpowered for how early in the wave it is. This is only what, wave 2? 1 or 2? This is way too,
Enemy destroyed.
way too overpowered. that's fair if they're not designed for vehicles, but like, there's no, it doesn't feel like there's a right balance. I would have to watch a dev play, to be honest.
Let's roll.
I would have to see like a dev
Base is
play.
under attack.
Armor here. Armor here.
Let's roll.
I'll give it one more go, but yeah, I'm not really on any gears. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. I don't know how they balance this out. Alright, Sting, let's see what you got.
Ready and waiting.
I'm gonna get melted.
Enemy destroyed.
Ready to fight.
Oops, did not mean to do that.
Ready and waiting.
The support powers are definitely increased in what they're capable of, but if you ain't got them, you kind of SOL. Like, look at that. It's not really balanced for them to hold their own, and you don't spawn enough cards
Enemy
to
destroyed.
just. Oh, the wave counter doesn't work. I must have double clicked on accident. Oh, whoops. I didn't do that. Oh well.
Ready and waiting. Ready and waiting. Ready to fight.
Maybe the building, if they keep the damage, they gotta increase the durability. I think that's the only way to really balance it, or lower the damage.
Enemy destroyed.
There has to be some type of balance, because if they're doing that much damage, then you gotta be able to get more units quickly. I'm not streaming, it's just thinking out loud. way too many units spawn for the rate I'm giving units.
Taking aim. Taking aim.
Like, dealing with infantry seems impossible.
Taking aim.
You know, if you ain't got like additional, like artillery strike or something, dealing with infantry feels impossible.
Base
Ready and
is
waiting.
under attack.
Look at that. I don't even know what wave that is, but yeah, this might be another balance 5 final release. Cause before I felt like if I had the right combo of units, I could experiment around and kind of get to wave 20. But with this, infantry got such a enemy infantry got such a big boost to their firepower. Actually, no, it's not even. It's a combo of infantry got a big boost, but it's really bullets for the enemy got a big boost, and you don't have the durability to deal with it. That's what the issue is. So there needs to be a that. So the only way to balance that is to slightly like reduce enemy bullet damage. You know, progressive damage is fine, but this early in, when you don't really have many units and it feels like really everything you got are glass cannons, like even medium tanks can't withstand bullets. That's definitely a balance issue because if nothing else, at least medium tanks should be able to withstand on their own enemy bullets. Even if there's a lot, there should be enough of a balance to where, you know, a tank can hold off. Not to say it's going to solo the wave against infantry, but um, you know, you compare tanks with like what is it, the IFV? You know, something that specializes in taking out infantry. Put an IFV behind the medium tank because I'm not seeing heavy tanks anymore. And if that's what they were designed around, they gotta have heavy tanks in the game because no other unit is able to stand up to heavy tanks. You know, maybe like if they would have kept I think if they would have kept the previous damage meta and stuff like that, and just removed heavy tanks, then yeah, that might have been a better balance in increasing enemy bullet damage and removing heavy tanks. Because it feels like without the heavy tanks, you can't withstand early waves. At least that's what I'm getting, unless I just suck. Yeah. Bunkers don't feel durable. Like bunkers should be able to have some durability to them. They're strong against bullets, but maybe they're a little weaker to rockets. You know, um, that's that sounds like a good idea. Strong against bullets, but weak to rockets. So when RPG troopers, tanks, you know, yeah, RPGs, tanks, and anybody who could shoot rockets or missiles, bunkers are kind of weak to that. Maybe to a certain degree, shells too. But bullets, it should be able to withstand bullets. At least early game bullets, anyway. Late game, I could kind of see them falling apart if you don't properly upgrade them over time in the afterwave section for upgrades. But yeah, that definitely needs some workaround final before the final game is released. At least that, because it kind of takes away from the replayability. It makes the rounds go too fast. You can only I can understand if I didn't have anything in terms of like armory upgrades, but I do, and with like even with the refund, I still couldn't withstand bullets. It's like everything melts to bullets, and sniper towers in your sniper towers, infantry, or even the IFV vehicles, they don't really shoot fast enough to deal with the amount of enemies that spawn. So if if bullet damage isn't going to be reduced, the amount of enemies that spawn do, because you can't withstand that with this level of durability. So, I'm just throwing ideas out there, but that's what I'm putting together so far. I can't even really make it to the rounds with air units because of just how much damage in comparison to how much bullet damage they do in comparison to the durability my units have, along with their rate of fire. It doesn't feel balanced, especially when I have armory points to spend. It's definitely It might need a rework. I'll keep trying different combos, different strats, but right now that's the vibe I'm getting. That's what I'm picking up on. I don't know what they were shooting for, but I can understand why they made certain changes because of the heavy tank meta. You got a heavy tank out. Once you got like a line of heavy tanks, you could really just support them and they'll tank all the damage. But there's no heavy tanks, so it's not even like that strat can be tested. So, hopefully there's another update before release. Like I said, I'll keep trying. Games on Steam, links in the description. Still a fun game, just unsure what kind of direction the devs wanted to go here. So, see y'all next time.